So I thought I'd make you a little video just because there's a few things that we cover. I just want to make sure you got everything. So you already know to tighten up the quad, and you can do as many as you want. You know, I always tell people 100 a day, but not in a row. But you can do more than that if you want to. You know, but make sure you're trying to hold it for that 5-second time period. And then, of course, there's the straight leg raises. Now, you always want to tighten the quad up before you pick it up. So always tighten it up first, pick it up. You can do it laying down like this, laying back. You know, today we were doing it off the floor. You can, you know, use all three of those if you want to. And then, of course, there's the hamstring stretch. Now, you know, you don't necessarily have to lean over like this, because if you sit up straight and go forward a little bit, you're going to feel it real quick, because as soon as you do this, you put your low back into it, and so some of the stretch is going to come from the low back. So it's going to appear like you're getting a real big stretch. Not that you wouldn't, but if you arch up a little bit and then just kind of lean forward, you'll feel it a little quicker. What you don't want to do is to have a little bend as you're going forward, because you're not going to hit it. And then you also did it today with your foot elevated, not this high, but you know, and you don't necessarily have to do both of them. You can just pick one with a couple of books under your heel. Still arch up, kind of lean forward, and you'll feel it big time here. And then we added just the one where you find something a little round up under your knee, and you're just doing the quad, and you're trying to focus on getting that that extension in that knee. And of course, it doesn't have to be this big. I mean, I just grabbed a ball out of there. And you want to do 3 sets of 10 on this. And when you get to the top, you just pause. Same thing with the leg raises. The stretches, do 5 repetitions, 15 seconds minimum, that kind of thing. Quad sets, already covered that. Try to do them 4 times a day, 3 to 4 times a day. And then there's the bending stuff. Now, I'm back here just because it's raining hard out there. I can't even hear myself. So anyway, you know, you can start wherever you're comfortable, but when you do this, you get a slight bit of flexion in the knee. And so if you just inch it, it'll be a lot easier than trying to force it back there all the time. And then as soon as you get as far as you think you can go, you know, besides leaning over like this, you'll also want to try to get that other foot to pull in. And of course, you know, the reason why I'm trying to get you to do it is because that means I don't have to push on. And the more you can do it, the more comfortable you're going to be. And so you notice today, after we got done, it was easier to bend, you know, than it was when we first started. Part of that is a warm-up thing, but part of it is you have all the strength you had prior to surgery. The only difference is that all that precise trauma, basically, that they did to the knee automatically, neurologically cuts things off. And so basically it's like a short circuit. What you've got to do is you've got to keep, you know, that mind to muscle connection. The more you do all this stuff, the more it's going to come back quicker, and when it comes back quicker, you're going to have less pain with that. And again, you want to try to shoot for, you know, I'd like you to get to 110 by later on this week. But if not, hopefully by the weekend. And again, as soon as you hit the 110, it's still going to be painful, but it's going to be less painful than where it is right now. And again, so the same thing with the bend stuff, work on that about 3 to 4 times a day. And, you know, we talk about ice. You can put, you know, if you can't feel it with the device you've got, you can just get a baggie with ice in it and put it right on top. You're going to feel that one. Now here's something we didn't talk about. But you were talking about having some pain on the, you know, kind of at the top here. Sometimes when your quads aren't firing as well as they should, you might get some stiffness in the patella. And so what you can do, and you won't hurt anything, is you can move the kneecap either down, up, sideways. I mean, because all of these things, they're called accessory motions. You're supposed to be able to do it. And, you know, mine comes up pretty good, sideways pretty good. I definitely got some crunching doing this part, so I didn't know that. Anyway, but that's just to keep the patella mobilized, because as soon as you do a quad set, that patella has to slide up. Then when you relax, it just slides down. And of course, when you're doing, you know, your flexion, that patella has to slide across those things too. So you can mobilize that patella just going back and forth like that, side to side. And some people, you know, get a little bit pain reduction with that, but not everybody. And it's really only necessary if that patella is tight. But again, some people get a little bit of pain relief with it.